up you guys? My name is Sub-Zero Exabyte and today, desperate times require desperate measures. I am forced to do this video because I am going to show you that I will build better and well-hidden traps for my houses. I will show them to you so you can learn from that. I am going to show you 3 amazing traps which are going to blow your mind because I am just awesome. No, that is a joke. One of my funnier jokes. No, it actually isn't, but I am not going to tell you my best joke right now. I will keep it for later. Now is not the time. I am going to show you 3 builds, 3 perfect traps everyone will fall for because I do have to defend my diamonds, of course. Maybe you can use them as well because you want to keep your diamonds safe. Keep in mind that you will be losing a lot of time and it requires a lot of effort, but if Sub can do it, you can do it. What is my first trap going to look like? Well, I am going to tell you right now because you are allowed to know. But don't tell anyone. It is our little secret. I am going to build a smaller house next to a bigger house. The bigger house is for the trap. So if you don't mind, you will have to live in a smaller house. Robbers will probably take the bigger house because they think that there are all my diamonds. You will be safe in your little house, but you can always expand your house underground if you are willing to do that because robbers won't see that. What they do see is the big sign I am going to place on the bigger house. That will catch their eye, of course. Always watch the little details in Minecraft, guys. My little house is going to be nice and cozy, but don't mind that these 2 houses will be built like 2 feet apart from each other. It is simply to show you guys that I'm constructing both, but you are completely free in what you wish to do with it. I recommend building them closer to each other because if they are built further away, then nobody will notice that there is a huge house and a smaller house, and the robbers might go for the smaller house because they did not even see the bigger house. So I do not recommend that. Just make some kind of farm or like a very small village. I told you it would take a lot of time and effort, but it will be worth your while because robbers will definitely pick the wrong house. Now, the second house, which is going to be bigger, is going to be looking really fancy with some nice floor and diamonds on top of it because that is attractive for the robbers. It is like a beautiful girl for the robbers. And you know what they say about beautiful girls? Well, I don't know exactly, but I do know what they say about beautiful houses in Minecraft. You just don't create them, you invent them and you are them. Be the house you build. That is not the case for this house, by the way, because I am going to place it full with TNT so it will be blown to pieces and then there will be not much left of it anymore. Anyway, I believe it is getting a nice shape, but the floor has to be deeper, of course. What about 2 blocks deep? Otherwise the boom, I mean the explosion, would not be big enough, right? And we want a nice and big explosion, but it can't be so big that our other house will take damage, of course, because then it is possible we take damage as well. And I don't want to die because of a trap I build myself. No, that is not going to happen. Now all I have to do is fill it up with TNT and build a roof on the house because otherwise it won't be a convincing house, right? What happens when you have no roof above you? You are roofless, and roofless, doesn't that mean you are homeless either? Even though you have a home? I don't know. Just let me focus on building this TNT house. It is a shame though. I should probably save this house because it will be exploded when someone enters it and then all my work is gone. My beautiful masterpiece. I bet I will step on the TNT myself and I will get kaboomed in an instant. But for me it doesn't matter because I am in creative mode at the moment. But if I step on a pressure plate, which I am going to place about the TNT, all my work will be made for nothing. I first built the TNT on the wrong block level. I forgot to place the sand, of course. Silly me. I need to place the sand so that will fall and there will be no possible way to go for the robber. The robber will die right there at that moment. Unfortunately, he can respond very easily, but he will probably think twice when he tries to rob a house. Especially mine, of course. The houses of Sub are just the greatest. It isn't smart, by the way, to put glasses in this house because it does look a little bit suspicious when you see some sand in a house, right? I once tried to use sand as my floor, even as my ceiling, but it did not work out very well. And do you know why? Sand does not float. And why does sand not float? Because the creators of Minecraft made it like that. And why does grass float? Because the creators of Minecraft made it like that. I have no idea why, but let's just continue with our building. I will have to put up some kind of sign, of course, if I want to let the robbers know know that here are diamonds to find. I will have to cover up the entire ground with pressure plate. Not that the robbers will get very far because they will hit the pressure plate immediately when they open the door, but it does look a little bit less suspicious like that. Oh, and of course I should not build one single chest because that looks like I just built a trap, which I did, but I don't want the robbers to know because then they will not come to my house, or well, my TNT house of course. Then I do need a sign, and I am going to put some attractive text on it. What should it be? Simple, right? Free diamonds? Yes, that is what I am going to do, and I can put up another sign at my other house because there are no diamonds, right? Of course that is a lie, but the robbers won't know. You know what is smart of me to do? I can build a diamond front for the house because that is going to attract a lot of people. You know, diamonds are so addictive if you don't have them, but I am uncreative so I can use as much as I want at the moment, so I'd better use them and use them good. But I don't think it is smart to cover the entire house with diamonds, right? Because then it would look like I am building a trap house again, and I must not let them know. I repeat, I must not let them know that I am building a trap house, of course. But I hope that is clear for you guys right now, because I am going to show you my next trap in a few seconds. I just need to finish this off and then I am good to go. The next one is going to be different. It is going to be pretty different compared to the first one because this one is not a house. This one is going to be located in a cave, and there are many different caves in Minecraft, right? So I have to make this one as natural as possible, but I can't put too many ores in the cave because then the robbers would start digging and they might find the hiding trap, which I definitely do not want. I will put a lever on the wall so that it is very obvious that there is something down there, but to make it more obvious, I will place a sign as I did with the house which says, free diamonds. And as soon as you pull the lever, or button, it depends on what you like, you are going to die, and you will die with a boom. I hope I don't get lost in my own cave. By the way, I cannot build the cave too big because then I do get lost. I get lost in caves all the darn time, which is not so very cool. Then I will have to find my way back, which can take for hours and hours and sometimes an entire day. This was about a few years ago, when I was new to Minecraft. The update was beta 1.7. They had just added pistons, but there still was no hunger bar. I had found a cave that had went down to lava level. At this time, I only had a small house, with only a few chests and furnaces. It was on the side of the lake. After about an hour of exploring, and 8 diamonds, I decided to leave. There was just one problem. I couldn't. I struggled for a while, trying to find the exit, but I couldn't. I decided to make a bed, and I started setting up a base in the cave. I had made a tree farm, a furnace array, and used the abundant lava to smelt all my items. Eventually, when I ran out of food for health, I decided to leave the cave. I dug straight up, and found myself on unfamiliar land. I searched far and wide for my original house, but I never found it. I created a new house on the side of a cliff and lived there. I made it 3 stories tall, and it was complete with mining tunnels, farms, a huge netherrack fence that was on fire, a secret bedroom, and a minecart track that ran all the way down to the mine entrance. While watching videos of Minecraft, I discovered you could make compasses and maps. I made a compass, and used it to make a tunnel all the way from my spawn to my base in case my bed was destroyed. I went on a journey to uncover the entire map, and on the edge of the map was my old house on the lakeside. It had been months in real time since I had seen this little house, and it was all because of the cave that the entire Minecraft world was different. But now, it is even easier to get lost in a cave because there are so many things you can find in the cave. And then suddenly, you find a lever in the middle of the cave, and this lever will give you diamonds. But it does not give you diamonds at all. It will give you some TNT, which explodes in your face as soon as you pull the lever. Now I must say, I am not going to make this cave super duper good at all, because I am just showing you the trap, but I am going to do my best to make it as hidden as possible because that is what this is all about, right guys? I want to make a great underground trap, and hey guys, what is not better than an underground trap? Oh, I know, a hidden underground trap. That would be amazing, right? Lucky for you, I am building this thing at the moment, and I must say, even though it is not finished yet, it looks stunning and beautiful. I hope you guys can see what I am trying to build here, because the size of this thing is getting rather big because it requires some redstone formations. That is why this trap is not very compact at all. I told you it will take a lot of time and effort to build these traps, but as soon as you build one, I am 100% sure it is going to work right. Possibly, I will fall for this trap right now. But of course I won't, because I built it and I am still building it, ha ha ha. That is why I can't only show you 3 of my creations, because it takes a lot of time. I am sorry for that, but once you will understand. When your stack of diamonds is stolen and you don't know what to do anymore, you have lost everything and you are totally flabbergasted. Your ramshackle house is now nothing worth at all anymore. It is literally nothing but a few wooden blocks. For you, it might be a castle, but for robbers, it will be a stupid small thingy. Now, that is actually what we are trying to accomplish here. We want to build something that for robbers is quite the thing, but for you, it is nothing. So it actually is the opposite we are trying to do here. It does look a little bit hard to build, right? With all these pistons and all. You sure need a lot of stuff to build this. But when you have a big house, you can probably afford this as well. But I don't know about that, because I don't know how you live in you happy Minecraft world. This is actually the 3rd trap, just to let you guys know. I would like to know, of course, but at the moment I am very busy with building traps for my houses. When you come and visit one of my houses, I will warn you for all the traps inside my house, because I am becoming a legend in building traps. I even get hired sometimes to do some trap building. Some want just a small and funny one to prank their friends with, but most of the people really want to defend their house with the Sub-Zero hidden trap. These exabyte traps are exactly what you need, guys. I am making a little commercial about this because I need to find some new customers, but the nicest part of this job is that I can come back to my customers and rebuild these traps, because they don't know how to do that right. When you want one, I will give you a tip on how to build them. I am actually showing you that right now, am I not? I do have some different ideas for traps, by the way. The suffocation trap. This trap could also work with pressure plates, but the reason why it works best with tripwires is that tripwires easily provide power to both sides of the tunnel at the same time. The tripwire in many ways acts like redstone wire, saving you time and space. This trap is really easy to build, and basically just requires a few sticky pistons facing downward. I use 8 pistons in order to account for server lag. You don't want the server to lag and then your would-be victim to escape scot-free. The tripwires, I use 2 of them, again to account for server lag, are in the middle, with 1 extra set of pistons on each end. Both sides are identical, and all of the repeaters are set to 0 delay. The tricky trap. I didn't know what else to call this one, but it's kind of tricky. It takes advantage of how long tripwires are, and hides the hooks by placing them out of the line of sight of the victim. By the time they become visible, it's too late. Another thing this trap uses that I like is the lengthwise capability of tripwires. You can use them perpendicularly to your trap area like in the suffocation trap above, but I far prefer to use them in parallel, like in this trap. This trap is so easy to build. It's basically just a bunch of sticky pistons that are constantly on, until the tripwire turns them off. The easiest way to do that is like this. Note the torch that inverts the signal from the tripwire hook. Another one I call the false sense of security trap. This one also makes use of the parallel tripwire usage that I mentioned above, but with a twist. Rather than counting on someone not seeing the tripwire and falling into the trap, this one counts on them seeing it. The hooks are pretty visible, and it's not meant to be hidden. Instead, triggering the tripwire arms the trap, and then stepping off of the tripwire is what triggers it. This only works if they can't see the end of the hallway when they step on the tripwire. I love this one, personally, and it's even easier than the tricky trap above. Since the trap is armed when the tripwire is stepped on, you don't need any inverters or anything, just a direct line of power to the pistons at the end. Now that all my traps are complete and that I even told you a few traps which are even better, I made them myself and maybe I will show them another day, but for this the first 3 traps, the 2 house trap, the cave lever and the piston cave are done. I hope you enjoyed and see you in the next one. Ha 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 ha. You probably thought I was going away without showing you the big house explosion. Obviously when you have made your traps, it's always useful to make a double so that you can test out if it actually works. I hope you will use this in the future. Now go on, create some traps.